10% of mafic minerals. लेस देन 10% ऑफ माफिक मिनरल, तो ज्यादा माफिक मिनरल नहीं रहता ग्रेनाइट में. तो बेसिक कंपोजिशन ऑफ ग्रेनाइट यू नो, टेल मी द कंपोजिशन ऑफ ग्रेनाइट.
Quartz, feldspar, plagioclase, feldspar.
The thing is okay, ठीक है. So basically granite is made of quartz and potash feldspar. Okay, this thing you remember, quartz and potash feldspar, that is orthoclase feldspar. Okay. Particularly to be precisely the granite definition of granite. Okay, that is quartz and potash feldspar. Okay, but we can move to the IUGS classification. You know the IUGS classification, you have already studied that. IUGS classification like this one and this. Okay, so this is the IUGS classification. So somewhere here is the granite, na? Here is the granite. Granite. This is granodiorite. This is tonalite. Na? Okay. So this is granite, na? This region. Okay. So this region is granite. So now see, this granite is little bit, actually this is like the figure is a little bit rough, but QAPF, huh? QAP. So the granite is little bit more towards the alkali feldspar area. So that's why we tell that the potash feldspar is much more than plagioclase feldspar. So granite is basically composed of quartz and potash feldspar. So the thing is, this is a region. Okay, this is not a particular composition, and this region is very large. Okay, this region is very large. So that's where a concept arises, that we have seen many granites with quartz and plagioclase, and we have seen many granites with quartz and orthoclase, and something like somewhere some granites orthoclase is very much greater than quartz, that is in pink granite. Okay, pink granite. तो पिंक ग्रेनाइट पूरा पिंक कलर का दिखता है, ऑर्थोक्लेज का कलर ले लेता है. लाइक इन प्लाजियोक्लेज वो व्हाइट कलर का दिखता है ग्रेनाइट, व्हाइट एंड ब्लैक का आता है, व्हाइट एंड ब्लैक का मतलब आता है ये. ओके, so this is the thing. Other accessory minerals are there, mica, amphibole. ठीक है, these are the accessory minerals. Apart from just Re is there. These are very trace amount of Res and incompatible elements. You know that already. So the granites actually denotes a wide range of composition. A wide range of composition. Okay. So that's why a new term is introduced. That is granitoids. Okay, granitoids. This is the new new term. Okay, to define the granite type of rocks. Okay, so granite is a particular rock, and granitoid is the range of rocks that is of granitic composition. Okay, now this is the non-IUGS system, non-IUGS term. Okay, non-IUGS, that means International Union of Geo-Scientist. It doesn't follow the granitoid. Okay, but in many books, granitoids is there. So the thing is, granitoid is a very large domain in which granite is a subdomain. Okay, so the basic composition is quartz and feldspar. You can just write quartz and feldspar. ठीक है. उसके बाद उसका जो डिविजन है, अल्काली फेल्सपार ग्रेनाइट, प्लाजियोक्लेज अल्काली फेल्सपार ग्रेनाइट. ओके, दीज आर यू कैन सी हियर. ओके, अल्काली ग्रेनाइट, ग्रेनाइट, इसमें क्या डिफरेंस रहता है, तो इसमें ज़्यादा कुछ देखने वाला चीज़ है नहीं. ओके, तो नेक्स्ट थिंग इज योर Granitoids, most granitoids of significant volume occur in areas where continental crust has been thickened by orogeny. Okay, subduction. I will read this type, this thing. Siam classification. We'll read this SIAM classification. Okay. So next, we can say the texture of granites. Okay, we can say the texture. Acha, you have already studied about the magma series, na? Magma series sir ने पढ़ाया ना? For aluminous, meta aluminous, sub aluminous, for
No.
alkaline. नहीं पढ़ा. अच्छा, okay. Okay, so see, for aluminous is Al2O3 in this for aluminous thing, Al2O3 is greater than CaO plus Na2O plus K2O. It is written here. Okay, it is written here. What is for aluminous? What is meta-aluminous? What is sub-aluminous? What is for alkaline? You just go through and you remember these things because in GSI prelims it asks. Okay, it directly asks question what is for aluminous, what is meta-aluminous. Okay. For aluminous is where aluminum oxide is greater than all other three major oxides. Meta-aluminous is Al2O3 is less than CaO K2O, but Al2O3 is greater than Na2O K2O, excluding CaO. If we will include CaO, then Al2O3 will be lesser. That is meta-aluminous. Okay, sub-aluminous is Al2O3 is equal to Na2O plus K2O, and for alkaline is Na2O plus K2O is greater than Al2O3. Okay, the reverse of this thing, meta-aluminous and alkaline are inverse. Okay, so this is the magma series. Other things are there, so I will teach you. Okay. So for this granitoid, I have just started this thing. Okay, so granitoid, when we are going to granites or granitoids, there are two things. Okay, first you have to know. I have already told you about the silica, albite, anorthite thing. Na? Just I have introduced the thing, and let me again introduce this system and tell you the basic things for albite and anorthite only. Albite and anorthite system. This is a limited solid solution. Okay, where what happens? ऐसे करके रहता है. This is the solvus, ना? This is the solvus. This is the solvus. So जैसे ही जैसे solid solution में होता है वैसे ही यहाँ होता है, ठीक है? Like that. Okay. Tell me one thing. Very simple thing. Phosphate and phthalate solid solution में कैसे होता है? Phosphate is Mg, ऐसे होता है ना? Like this. I am taking here a composition. So the first crystal here formed. The first crystal will be phosphate or phthalate. Here the first crystal forms. It will be phosphate or phthalate.
Right. So,
Okay, so this is a solid solution. Okay, not phosphate, not phthalate. Here olivine will crystallize. Okay, your olivine will crystallize, which will be composed of phosphite something and phthalate something. That can be represented by this line. Okay, this composition will be crystallized where phosphite is like your 20, phthalate is 80. This is the crystal composition. Okay, so this is not eutectic or this is not peritectic. This is solute solution. When a crystal crystallizes, it crystallizes including both the components. So olivine will crystallize like that. In case of tell another thing. This is the limited solute solution of albite anorthite. Here I am taking a composition. This will start crystallizing. Here, what will be the crystallization product, albite or anorthite? Sorry, this is albite. This is not albite anorthite. This is orthoclase. This is limited solution. Solid solution is albite orthoclase. Sorry. My bad. Orthoclase. For the albite anorthite system, this is the albite anorthite system. Albite anorthite. Albite anorthite. Okay. So first crystal will be. What is the name of the crystal? I want the name. So first crystal will be plagioclase. Okay. So that plagioclase is composed of albite something, anorthite something. Okay. So this is the thing. Like in the albite orthoclase system, in the albite orthoclase limited solution system, albite orthoclase limited solution system. Okay. What happens is this is the solvus. This is the solvus. So albite orthoclase. So what happens is if I am taking a composition, it follows the solid solution rules. Okay, जैसे कि ऐसे crystallize करते करते आता है, ठीक है, ऐसे ऐसे आता है crystallize करते करते. So now this is the complete solid product. Okay, now this is the complete solid product. This is feldspar. Okay, this is feldspar. This is feldspar composed of what? Both albite and orthoclase component. But this is known as the single feldspar. This is single feldspar which is composed of both albitic component and orthoclase component. Okay. Now when this component drops to the solvus, now it gets separated. Okay, now it gets separated to orthoclase component and albitic component. ठीक है, इसको थोड़ा पढ़ लेना. ठीक है, इसको थोड़ा पढ़ लेना, अच्छे से समझ में आ जाएगा. बहुत इजी है, ज्यादा मुश्किल नहीं है. जब सॉल्वस में आ जाता है, देन इट गेट्स द अल्बाइट कंपोनेंट एंड ऑर्थोक्लेस कंपोनेंट. लाइक इन एक्स सॉल्यूशन, जैसे एक्स सॉल्यूशन होता है, कैसे होता है, जैसे टेम्परेचर घट जाता है तो इन हायर टेम्परेचर टू मिनरल्स टेंड टू मिक्स अप विथ ईच अदर, बट व्हेन टेम्परेचर डिक्लाइंस द टू मिनरल्स क्रिस्टलाइज सेपरेटली. ठीक है, वैसे ही यहाँ पर क्या होता है, सॉल्वस होता है. ठीक है, सॉल्वस जब पहुंचता है ना, तब क्या होता है, देन द albitic component and orthoclase component gets separated. Okay, now 2 feldspar is the result. 2 feldspar is the result. So above this solvus, this is known as hypersolvus. Hyper, above this solvus. This is below this solvus, this is known as subsolvus. Okay. Now you can say hypersolvus means 1 feldspar. Subsolvus means 2 feldspar. Okay. Now what happens when water pressure increases, na? Like in H2O influx is increased, then this solvus gets arised. Okay, ऊपर चलता जाता है. At last क्या होता है, यहाँ पर आके मिल जाता है इसके साथ, तब ऐसा सिस्टम बनता है, ऐसे करके ऐसा सिस्टम बनता है. ठीक है, ये जो सिस्टम है ना, ये ऐसे बन जाता है. ठीक है. नाउ द थिंग इज, जो भी क्रिस्टलाइज होगा वो सब सॉल्वस होगा, सब सॉल्वस. The any crystal is forming, that will be a subsolvus type, na? Everyone getting it? When water pressure increases, when water pressure increases, this solvus gets mixed up with this solid solution. Okay, ऐसे हो जाता है. Okay, यहाँ पर solvus था और ऐसे दूसरा वाला ऐसे ऐसे करके था ना, तो ये मिक्सअप हो गया. Now any crystal I will take, that will be of subsolvus kind. Subsolvus kind, na? That is of, that will contain of 2 feldspar. Now if I'll add albite orthoclase, if I'll add the third component SiO2, this is the granite system. Any rock in this system that forms will be a granite, na? Will be a granite. So the granites are divided into 2 types, that is subsolvus granite and hypersolvus granite. Okay, so granites are basically, this is based on the petrogenesis, that is, sorry, crystallization behavior, that is subsolvus granite and hypersolvus granite. Hypersolvus granite. Now you say, what are the differences between subsolvus granite and hypersolvus granite? Say. Okay, so in this case, if you will increase the dry pressure, the solvus will be reduced, and all the crystals that will be formed will be hypersolvus in nature, na? Okay, so we can write subsolvus is low pressure and hypersolvus is high pressure. So now can you say that subsolvus is low depth cooling or high depth cooling? Low depth cooling, exactly, because lithostratigraphic pressure is low. So lithostratigraphic pressure is low means depth of cooling is low. So this is low depth cooling. Okay, low depth cooling. This is high depth cooling. ओके, दीज आर, देखो चार चार पॉइंट निकल गया आराम से, 2-3 मार्क मिल जाएगा इसमें, 5 मार्क्स होगा तो ठीक है। इसको क्वेश्चन डाल दूंगा इस बार, लिख लेना। ओके, so this is the thing. डेप्थ ऑफ कूलिंग, दिस डिस्टिंक्शन, पेट्रोजेनिक इम्प्लीकेशन। ओके, छोड़ दो इसमें, और किस नहीं चाहिए। तो नेक्स्ट इज योर टर्नरी। यू ऑलरेडी नो अबाउट द टर्नरी, आई हैव टोल्ड यू। दिस इज द थिंग, हाई प्रेशर थिंग। ओके, यहाँ पर क्या होता है, देखो यहाँ पर मिल जाता है दोनों आके, ठीक है, यहाँ पर दोनों आके मिल जाता है, सॉल्वस और सॉलिडस दोनों मिल जाते हैं। So, okay, moving to the सियाम क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ ग्रेनाइट्स। ओके, सियाम क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ ग्रेनाइट्स में क्या होता है, देखो 4 टाइप के ग्रेनाइटोइड हमको क्लासिफाई किए हैं, एस टाइप, आई टाइप, एम टाइप एंड ए टाइप। ओके, सियाम क्लासिफिकेशन। ओके, so now the thing is we'll go one by one. Okay, I type, first we'll take I types. You, if you want to remember, just remember like I type means igneous, S type means sedimentary, M types is mantle, A types means anorogenic। ठीक है, anorogenic, anorogenic। So generally you know granites are associated with orogenic belts, but A type is anorogenic in nature। Okay, A type is anorogenic in nature. Other three types are orogenic in nature. Okay, now here the geochemistry will work. Okay, if you know, if you are good in geochemistry, if you have studied good in geochemistry, then this thing will work very good. Okay, so in case of M type, see here, we will go to first I type. Huh? I type, will go to I type. So I type is the igneous type. Okay, I type is the igneous type. What does you mean by igneous type? Igneous type means simple thing, that is the granite is generated by the partial melting of the magma. Sorry, differentiation of the magma, not partial melting, differentiation of the magma. That means this granite is very much primary in nature, very much primary in nature। ओके, जो मैग्मा नीचे से आया था, नीचे से कौन सा बासल्टिक पेरिडोटिक मैग्मा आया है, तो नीचे से जब मैग्मा पेरिडोटिक मैग्मा आया, वो जब डिफरेंशिएट हुआ, वो जब डिफरेंशिएट हो गया तो ग्रेनाइट मैग्मा बना। ठीक है, जो एसिडिक मैग्मा डिफरेंशिएटेड फ्रॉम द बेसिक वन। ओके, दैट इज द इग्नियस टाइप मैग्मा, that is the igneous type magma। Okay, now the igneous type magma has a intermediate or near to intermediate to high silica content, 53 to 76%। K2 by Na2 ratio is low because it is generated from the primitive magma। ठीक है, ओके, ये जो बेसाल्टिक मैग्मा था ना, उससे डिफरेंशिएट होके निकला है। देखो यहाँ पर K2O by Na2O इज लो लिखा है, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि इसमें नहीं होता, बहुत कम होता है। these low high things are relative to सियाम only। ओके, हम लोग जब सियाम को ही कंपेयर करते हैं तब आता है कि इसमें लो है रिलेटिव टू अदर। ओके, so now the differentiation product from the basaltic magma is this igneous magma, igneous type of granitoid, I type of granitoid। Okay, I type of granitoid। So I type granitoid, this contains magnetite, magnetite in norm, magnetite, magnetite or ilmenite, wait, let me check, magnetite or ilmenite, I think magnetite, magnetite, yes, this contains magnetite। Okay, this contains magnetite। Okay, now you say me, you know geochemistry. Okay, so you have to say this magma, I type magma, will have neodymium 143 by 144 ratio higher or lower, and about the strontium 87 by 88 ratio. Tell me. You know, if this is higher, then this is lower. This will be lower. If this is lower, then this will be higher. Only you have to mention one thing. Neodymium 143 by 144 will be lower. So as it is derived from the mantle directly, na. So the mantle has a higher neodymium and neodymium 143 by 144 ratio, na. So it is directly derived from the mantle. So it will have the higher neodymium by neodymium ratio, ना. समझ रहे हो कुछ? ये mantle से directly derive हुआ है differentiation होके. तो बाकी जो है उसके हिसाब से इसमें क्या होगा? इसमें ज्यादा neodymium by neodymium ratio होगा. ठीक है? समझ में आ रहा है? देखो शुभकांत, you cannot understand this thing until you go to the samarium neodymium system. Okay, samarium neodymium system and rubidium strontium system. You have to go through these classes. Okay, after you go through these classes, you can understand this thing. Okay, ঠিক আছে, বুঝতে পারছো? জানি পারছো?
हाँ सर।
Okay, Subhakanta, this is not a actually this is a simple thing, not a very complicated one, but you have to attend the classes, na? Then you will know that what the neodymium by neodymium indicates, how it is high for mantle, how it is low for crust. Okay, this thing will be taught. This thing already has been taught in the class. So you go through the videos, okay, previous videos, then you will know, and it will be very easy for you. Okay, that's same like strontium 87 by 88 will be lower. Okay, because this is directly igneous source. This is a simple thing. Okay, now we'll move to okay, Fe content will be low because this is differentiated. Okay, chromium nickel is high because it is primitive in nature. Okay, sorry, fire. Uh, Moderate Fe content, low chromium and nickel. Okay, oxygen fugacity, these are not required. Strontium 87 is very low. The content, high LIL and HFSC content. Okay, already relatively granite is already enriched in like RE minerals. Okay, RE minerals and incompatible minerals. Apart from this CM, relative to the CM, this has igneous source has higher amount of LIL and HFS elements. Okay, and this is subduction zone infracrustal mafic to intermediate igneous source. Subduction zone infracrustal mafic to intermediate igneous सोर्स जो है वहां से पेट्रोजेनेसिस होता है. तो इसको थोड़ा याद रखना. आई टाइप और एम टाइप में सिमिलरिटी थोड़ा ज्यादा है. ओके, आई टाइप एंड एम टाइप आर मच मोर सिमिलर टू ईच अदर. Okay, these are M type is also mantle derived and subduction zone, but the difference is that okay, huh, pouch से विषय, but the difference is that I type is included in the continental zone. ठीक है, continental area, intermediate subduction zone infracrustal. Okay, in the continental area, and M type is relatively in the oceanic lithosphere. Okay, related to the oceanic lithosphere. So that is the basic difference. Otherwise, almost all the things are same. Okay, and this HFSC content, it has low LIL, it has high LIL. Okay, M type and I type में ज़्यादा कुछ difference नहीं है, but यहाँ M type में क्या है, 46 to 70% सिलिका relatively low सिलिका है, and this is ilmenite bearing maybe. Let me check. Okay, magnetite. S type is ilmenite bearing. S type is ilmenite bearing. S type is ilmenite bearing. About the M type is not written actually. Okay. So now this thing is M type and I type. M type and I type are similar to each other. Okay, similar to each other. Just the thing is both are present in subduction zone. Both are mantle derived. Okay, but M type is associated with ocean lithosphere. I type is associated with crustal. Sorry, continental crust. Okay, this is the main difference between I type and M type. Okay, you can say that I type is like I type is particularly to the subduction zones in which crossed continent is involved. Well, continent is involved. Continental continent is involved. Okay, okay. And in case of M type, you can say ocean is involved. Ocean is involved. Okay, this is the main difference. Now, if we'll go to the S type, that is sedimentary type. Okay, sedimentary type. So granite can be sedimentary, no, na? So what happens is this sedimentary type of granite is generated in igneous in subduction zones. Okay, in subduction zones, what happens? The crustal sediments, the crustal sediments, the crustal sediments. These are subducted below a lithosphere, and these sedimentary rocks are partially melted. Okay, these sedimentary rocks are partially melted, and these rise up, mantle underplating occurs, and arc occurs. So S type granites will be present in arc setting. Na arc setting. Okay, now tell me, S type granites will be higher in neodymium or higher in strontium. Exactly, that's the thing. This will be lower in neodymium by neodymium. Okay, and higher in strontium by strontium, because the sediments are relatively relatively stable for rubidium strontium, na rubidium strontium. So crust is enriched in rubidium strontium, mantle is enriched in neodymium. For S type granitoid, what happens? It is the main source is the sedimentary rocks. So that's why strontium ratio will be higher for the S type granitoids. Na? And S type granitoids are also known as ilmenite bearing. Huh? Ilmenite bearing. Ilmenite bearing granites. Bearing granites. Okay. ठीक है. Okay. Next is your anorogenic type. Okay. Next is your anorogenic type. तो अनोर्जेनिक टाइप क्या होता है? अनोर्जेनिक टाइप जिसमें हमारा स्टेपल क्रैटन में जब क्या होता है, देखो ये अनोर्जेनिक टाइप लाइक दिस इज नॉट एसोसिएटेड विथ द ओरोजेनिक. ओके, कैसे होता है ये? इट इज फॉर्म बाय the hotspot activity. You can take the example of hotspot activity. So what happens? Hotspot rises. So consider this hotspot is settled down below the lithosphere. Now here it is fractionated, or here it is differentiated. Here it is differentiated, highly differentiated. Okay, differentiated. Now highly differentiated, then it will form a granitic magma. It will form a granitic magma. So this granitic magma includes here. Okay, this is anorogenic type. There is nothing orogeny involved in this anorogenic type. Okay, so this is different. Apart from that, this will assimilate with the crustal rocks. This will assimilate with the crustal rock. This is anorogenic type of granitoid. Okay, that is called as also called as A type of granitoid. Okay, A type of granitoid. So this is Siam classification: S type, I type, A type, M type. Okay. and these other ratios, the neodymium, tantalum, okay, these ratios, these are you don't have to remember these things, okay. The only the conceptual things you remember. So only the conceptual things you remember, other things don't remember. Okay. So this is Siam classification, and you can see here. कहाँ गया रे? नहीं गया नहीं. Okay, you know that how the granite is how is granite genesis is occurred happens by differentiation of magma. Okay, this is the basic concept of generation of granitoids. Differentiation of primary magma, जैसे वहां से ही ग्रानाइट बनता है, ठीक है. ग्रानाइट जो है हाईली एसिडिक इन नेचर, so acidic magma is differentiated from the basic magma. Okay, this is the primary origin of granitoids. बाकी उसके बाद ये जो सियाम हो गया ना, ठीक है, एस टाइप, आई टाइप, ए टाइप, एम टाइप, तो उसी के हिसाब से इसको क्या किया गया है, क्लासिफाई किया गया है कि यहाँ से ओरिजिन होगा तो एस टाइप, यहाँ से ओरिजिन होगा तो आई टाइप, ठीक है. बट प्राइमरी थिंग इज द ग्रानाइट इज ऑलवेज रिजल्ट ऑफ द डिफरेंशिएशन प्रोडक्ट ऑफ बेसिक magma. Okay, so this diagram is available in winter. You can follow this diagram. जो भी मैंने पढ़ाया वही चीज यहाँ पर लिखा हुआ है एक टेबल बना के, ठीक है. बाकी एक यहाँ पर एक्स्ट्रा चीज है ट्रांजिशनल. यहाँ पर एक्स्ट्रा चीज है क्या, ट्रांजिशनल. दैट मीन्स ऑरोजेनिक एंड ऑरोजेनिक, अनऑरोजेनिक के बीच में एक ट्रांजिशनल, ठीक है. ओके, so you can follow this table. यहाँ देखो, यहाँ पर जो लिखा हुआ है ऑरोजेनिक टाइप. सो ऑरोजेनिक में यहाँ पर तुम्हारा आ रहा है, कहाँ गया, एम टाइप एंड एम टाइप, आई टाइप, एम टाइप हाइब्रिड. तो वो कैसे जो बनता है, पार्शियल मेल्टिंग ऑफ mantle derived माफिक ऑन प्लेट. आई टाइप ग्रेटर देन एस टाइप जिसमें होता है, यहाँ पर ज्यादा आई टाइप है. यहाँ पर क्या है, ऑफ mantle derived पीएम. व्हाट इज दिस पीएम, mantle derived माफिक अंडर प्लेट कोस्टल कंट्रीब्यूशन. तो mantle derived होता है यहाँ पर आई टाइप जो होता है. व्हाट इज दिस पीएम, लेट मी सी व्हाट इज दिस पीएम. So you have to follow the winter for this diagram. Okay, see, you go through the winter. Okay, but partial melting. Okay, partial melting of mantle derived mafic underplate. ठीक है, thank you. Okay, then S type partial melting of recycled crustal materials. जैसे मैंने बताया था वही चीज लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पर, ठीक है. वही चीज रिसाइकल क्रिस्टल मटेरियल्स का एस टाइप में होता है, आई टाइप में mantle derived का होता है, एम टाइप, आई एम टाइप हाइब्रिड में पार्शियल मेल्टिंग ऑफ mantle derived का होता है. सेम ही है, आई टाइप और एम टाइप बोला था ना. उसके उसके बाद यहाँ पर आ जाएगा अनऑर्गेनिक. अनऑर्गेनिक में एक होता है अल्कालाइन टाइप ए टाइप और एक थोलेटिक एम टाइप होता है, ठीक है. अल्कालाइन में पार्शियल मेल्टिंग ऑफ मांटेन एंड लोअर क्रस्ट. लोअर क्रस्ट जब लिथोस्फीयर में जाएगा मांटेल, तो वहां पर क्या होगा, जो मैग्मा जाएगा वो असिमुलेट होगा. तो लोअर क्रस्ट का जो असिमुलेट होगा वहां पर पार्शियल मेल्टिंग होगा लोअर क्रस्ट का, उसी से बनेगा ए टाइप, ठीक है. देन पार्शियल मेल्टिंग ऑफ mantle एंड फ्रैक्शनल क्रिस्टलाइजेशन, उसमें बनता है थोलेटिक ए टाइप, एम टाइप. सो यू हैव टू फॉलो दिस टेबल. ओके, नाउ do one thing, tomorrow is Sunday. You write today the granite. Okay, you follow you follow the winter book. Follow the winter book. Follow the winter book. Study it and write down the granite लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन. ओके, लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन 15 मार्क्स का लिखो. इसका क्लासिफिकेशन जियोकेमिस्ट्री पेट्रोजेनेसिस, ठीक है, पेट्रोजेनेसिस. लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन लिखो 15 मार्क्स का पढ़ के शाम तक. बाय इवनिंग सेंड मी. ओके, सो आई नो द टुडेज क्लास इज नॉट सो गुड. ओके, थोड़ा बोरिंग था और अच्छा से समझा भी नहीं चीज. तो मैं फिर से ट्राई करूंगा कि ग्रेनाइट को और एक बार पढ़ाने के लिए, ठीक है, और थोड़ा समझाने के लिए. तो नेक्स्ट क्लास में मैं ग्रेनाइट को और एक बार तुमको इंट्रोड्यूस करा दूंगा और एक बार बोल दूंगा छोटा मोटा चीज जो भी है, ठीक है. तो लेकिन तुम पहले आज शाम को पढ़ो पढ़ के मुझे ये क्वेश्चन लिख के दो पूरा, ठीक है? 15 मार्क्स का 3 पेजेस का लिख के दो। ओके। अरे एवरीवन क्लियर? पढ़ो, पढ़ के मुझे लिख के दो, ठीक है? समझ में आ जाएगा।